This is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me is that guy, Tommy.
Hello.
And we got Big Mike.
What's up, guys? 2024. We're past halfway there. Let's keep going.
We are. Mike, love it. You're sporting one of Tommy's favorite wrestlers on your shirt today.
You know, I already feel bad enough today. That shirt just makes the day worse.
I mean,
I'm repping an actual good stable.
The intention was not to offend you, Tommy. It's just...
I don't know if I believe you.
It's just a happy accident.
I mean, that's fair, Tommy. That's fair.
Adjust this camera here. Okay. All right.
Today we're going to talk all about TNA Slammiversary, which is kind of cool. It's got its own weekend.
Yeah.
As far as, you know.
I'm back in my office.
Yeah.
The actual stuff working finally.
Computer is fixed.
How do I look? Am I late or anything?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, you've never looked great, but the camera looks all right. So.
Okay. I'll take it.
Just kidding.
So.
No, I mean, you're not wrong.
That was me.
There was a beautiful
give us
person at my wedding, and it wasn't me.
You want to give us a quick review of your experience with the Best Buy Geek Squad?
So how many F-bombs are we allowed on the show again? Because
preferably one.
Preferably one. Okay, then I'll forego it because I'll give you the PG-13 version. I will probably never in my entire life take anything to Geek Squad ever again.
Okay.
And let me make it clear. The people at my store were nice. And they understood my frustration. So I'm not mad at them, but how Geek Squad does their ish sucks. So, to the Geek Squad people who work there, appreciate y'all trying. Thank you so much. To Best Buy and your Geek Squad system, you can suck it. And I mean, you can suck it several times over. You like it's full. Yeah, as a matter of fact, man, just break it down. You could just seriously, damn.
Yeah.
It was the single most irritating thing I have been dealing with because I've been doing this for a month. A freaking month.
That sucks.
You know, it's like trying to deal with a mechanic when it comes to your car, you know. So.
Oh, I have stories about that thing too, which is why I had flashbacks. It's like I had to say the phrase. I never say this phrase unless I really mean it. I said to people around me several times, now I got to go act my color. I got to go up there and act my color. I try to be nice, church boy Tommy. They gonna make the nigga come out. That's what they gonna do. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? I think Wayne Brady got to get out this car and choke a bitch.
All right. Well, as long as you're not chopping somebody on a local TV news station like Darby Allin was apparently doing this morning too in Kansas City area. So.
Well, the week before that he was getting tossed into the crowd by Brody King.
Yeah.
Darby Allin lives on the edge, bro.
He does.
Well, yeah.
As mentioned today, we're going to preview TNA Slammiversary. I want to say it's number 22 for them. 22 years now. So pretty amazing stuff.
2004.
We'll also talk about a trio of events happening locally here: United 210, Hybrid Experience, and RCW's Summer of Slams. So, what's up?
Hold on, before we move on, you asking me my experience with Geek Squad. Ask me about my experience this past weekend at BOW.
Oh yes, that was this past weekend. So, what happened at BOW?
Hey Jason. First of all, credit to all the wrestlers. We have the best talent in Texas. I don't care what anyone says. We have the best talent. Texas wrestling is some of the best people in the world.
Yes.
All due respect to the DJ.
Uh-oh.
I hope he gets better, but I don't think he'll ever be back at BOW ever again.
Wow.
He claimed he got no one's music, even though everyone said they sent it to him. Couldn't find certain songs, and then wasn't playing it on time and everything. It was for those of you who don't know, Clint Hansen, who owns BOW, I've seen him frustrated because that happens. He's a wrestling promoter, duh.
Yeah.
That day I saw him mad. Now, he didn't go crazy. Like, he actually would have been well in his rights to do so, but he was very, very upset. Now, I will say, the night ended well. They actually kind of got there. The guy actually finally got there. But it's a case of too little, too late.
Yeah. Like, you could probably fix it at intermission, I would think. You got to get it right by intermission for the second half of the show, if anything.
He did for the most part, but it was still, that first half was not good at all.
You're going to bring all the tea. I would have had my water here.
It's so funny you say that because my boss had some tea yesterday about like her ex. And I know y'all don't know her, but it made me do a double take. I said, what? So, yeah. Tea is amazing. I love it. I love some good tea.
Yeah.
Makes me think of Ted Lasso. Y'all know this is garbage water, right?
Garbage
this
water.
is a joke. It's a joke, right? Y'all pranking me?
That's funny stuff. So, all right. Well, let's get into a bit of wrestling news then. I think kind of the talk about the last week has been about a surprise signing to WWE by the name of Stephanie Vaquera. So let's kind of give the timeline of this. She was a part of Forbidden Door, part of the title for title match with Mercedes Moné, lost. And it seems like AEW is ready to offer her a contract or was booking her for certain dates, if I'm not mistaken. So
they're about to. And then
maybe who knows if she had been talking to WWE for a while. Maybe that was the reason she agreed to drop the championship that she had or something. But I don't know. We don't have all the details of that backstory. But basically, long story short, she signed with the WWE. I don't know if she didn't. There's some rumors that she didn't fully complete.
She didn't.
She didn't.
She was advertised for shows with CMLL and connection with New Japan in like San Diego or San Jose, somewhere in California. Okay. And they've been advertising there for months, and now they're like, nope, she's not going to be there, I guess, because she's with WWE.
Interesting. I want to know how those negotiations went, but basically what it did do is it opened up the door for her to wrestle in Mexico with WWE. So
I did hear CMLL was not happy at all.
No. And I don't know if she was under contract with CMLL to complete those dates or New Japan, or if it was just like a handshake agreement or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but she was a part of WWE's tour this past weekend in Mexico. I think they're in Monterrey. I can't remember where else they were, but she was out there. I can't remember who she wrestled. Do you guys?
One half of the Isla Dawn, or
I think it was Isla Dawn,
or the other her tag partner. They're like, they used to be more witch-like characters. Yeah, there you go. Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
It was one of them, or maybe both of them, one on each night, something like that.
But that, in essence, has really been the talk of the contract talks on the mean side. But there's a lot of pros, give and take on it. And I'm like, money talks, right? AEW, if you were going to offer her more, you should have offered it on the spot. I guess.
That's the rumor. Apparently they did, but then WWE heard what their offer was and upped it.
That's how contract negotiations go, right? So who knows?
I think it's fair for CMLL and New Japan to be upset that you kind of ducked out on dates,
right?
And it is what it is. Like you said, I feel like there's people that are going to be like, because she's going to WWE, they'll give her the benefit of the doubt. But when people go to other places that aren't WWE, they'll complain because like, oh well, you got to fulfill your dates, but
it's not like she was going to AAA or TNA for that matter. It's a little different there, I guess.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about the real news of that weekend in Mexico. It wasn't Stephanie Vaquera showing up. No. It was clearly Bayley in the lucha mask, honoring her Hispanic heritage, which, her character doesn't do as often.
No.
Which is probably good because I didn't need her in the LWO or with Rey Mysterio for the past 15 years. But she actually did take a picture with Rey, but cool. In a really cool lucha mask. So yes, Steph did a Hulk Hogan. Who did she refuse to put over, Jason? do you say this doesn't work for me, brother, in Spanish? No.
Isn't
I
it
don't
universal?
I guess that works, right?
That doesn't work.
But whether you speak Spanish or not, you know
Australians
what
said it.
you know the meaning of the phrase puto, because you got a few of that with the bloodline. You got a little bit of that with Liv Morgan, which was fantastic. And my favorite part about all that, seeing that on TikTok, was the first comment: "FIFA's going to sanction Mexico now," because
I've heard about that. But also, my favorite part was them getting Randy Orton to do it.
Yes,
And he kind of looked like, "Oh, this is super cool."
yeah, he was doing it, and the bloodline tried to do it. They just booed him out. So,
Hilarious.
Orton, you can tell. I mean, I don't know how much longer he has left in his career. It's crazy to think he's been there a while, but he's having fun. Seeing Tommaso Ciampa trying to RKO him on random TikToks in the backstage.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's better because he screams it. It's
Even
the fact that
getting
he
his
screams
daughter
it's still
involved in today's video. If you haven't seen it
Really?
yet.
Oh, in
Yes.
today's? I haven't seen that one. Okay. I'll have to check that out after this.
Go
Yeah,
check it out. It is
This
so
is starting to be this may be up there with the old glorious ones they would do with Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Those were great.
I believe in you.
Hilarious.
Out of nowhere.
Stupid. Yeah, so T and I always watch
My favorite part about that is like how he walks away like nothing happened at all. Just like, what was that?
Tommy, when is the next BOW show, by the way?
September, damn it.
9th or 14th, something like that.
14. The 14th.
September 14th. Okay, so all right.
Not the 21st night of September, which it was. No one could stop me from singing that when I got in the ring. I don't care. He's lucky he made it the week before.
Okay. As mentioned at the top of the show, there's a trio of local shows we're going to talk about later on. United 210 Hybrid, River City Wrestling, and then, of course, Mission Pro Wrestling's next event is August 17th. Slowly but surely, we're still getting a few matches announced with that. We'll talk a little bit more of that as we get closer to that as well. So, I would talk one more bit of wrestling news, but since it is related to somebody that is on this card for Slammiversary and has also been making appearances at NXT, I figured we should wait to talk about that once we get to the main event of Slammiversary. So,
You also can't say his name or else he'll appear.
yeah, although Joaquin has said he plans to go to say his name at every wrestling show he attends to in hopes that he appears. Because
Not a bad strategy.
Yes.
I mean, if it works, kid's a genius.
Yeah.
Also, a quick thing then before we go into the other news. If you've been following along with NXT, Ren's been getting more TV time again. She was in a vignette with what is the quarter catch crew?
Catch crew.
Basically, Blackpool Combat Club NXT
With younger members.
or like Blackpool Combat Club Light. You know, the
Full Black Clash Club. Something. Yeah.
Full black.
Yeah.
Full black class.
Wow.
Hilarious.
But the thing is, they just had not the Stevens that's like a horrible person and was an Olympic person and then never actually.
Right?
They had the brother in there, and the WWE let his contract go, and so they did a story where they threw him in the back of a car like the mafia guys on there. And basically NXT and TNA have no problems. Maybe that's why they're working together. They have no problems killing off their characters, literally killing them off.
I will say the TNA body count is surprisingly high for
Yes.
promotion.
Yes. But then Ren apparently wanting to join, and they're letting her actually show a little bit more of her personality, which was super cool. So hopefully,
that's why you signed him, right? You know, that's why you signed him. That's what you want to see from them, right? So,
and
that's what Triple H and Shaw want to see.
Yeah.
Well, and connecting that back to the first story, there's a lot of names coming in, because you have Stephanie Vaquer coming in. Apparently, they signed an Australian wrestler named Delta, I think, who is wrestles over there, but is compared very much to Rhea Ripley, big, strong. And then there was, I thought, one other signing or person they're planning to bring in, but they have a lot of names coming in. They're coming to NXT first. So, you're going to have to be fighting for TV time over there. And, the fact that she's getting in and, maybe part of a crew, that's a good sign.
Another big, strong Australian chick. I don't even have
Jay was like, hold up. I got options.
Yeet.
Yeah. Man.
Oh, did y'all see the one I shared you? I don't know where that was from.
No, I saw that. I think that was this past week.
Yeah.
It wasn't on Raw or whatever.
No,
No,
it was like
it was
a
backstage
backstage thing.
after.
It was
Yeah,
backstage
okay.
afterward. Yeah. So one of those little interview segments. So yeah. Yeet. All right. Well, let's get into to Slammiversary because that's what's going on. That's the big pay per view this
Slammiversary.
weekend. Oh, geez, I hit the wrong thing here. Here we go.
Ruh-roh.
All right. So far, 5 matches announced on this card. Obviously, there is an episode of Impact tomorrow night, so there's a very good chance they might add 1 or 2
I guess
more.
they really are working with WWE.
Right. Keep it simple. But I'm pretty sure there might be 1 more match at least get announced, and then they'll probably announce like a pre-show or something like that.
Probably.
But we're gonna start. All the ones we're talking about, at least that have been announced so far, are title matches, and we're starting with the Digital Media / Canadian International Heavyweight Championship, both held by AJ Francis, putting them on the line against PCO. Now, before we get into picks, if by chance PCO wins this and becomes the Digital Media Champion of TNA, what can we expect to see on TNA's social media YouTube channels from the Digital Media Champion?
Him being recharged every match.
I was thinking along the same lines. I'm like kind of like a pit crew and in NASCAR, just like them rebuilding him
because that mother effer is not human.
changing out the bolts in his neck and
Frankenstein style. Yeah. So
also, why does AJ Francis have 2 titles in TNA? Why?
To fleece the masses.
Huh?
To fleece the masses.
I guess so.
You did say that was your answer for everything.
Yep.
Also, I had to look up exactly what this championship was because I hadn't really known much about it.
As a Canadian, oh, sorry, go ahead.
So apparently, it's a title that's been promoted in Canada for many years, but had been retired in 1987 and was revived in TNA. And he was just like storyline, like it's basically a random championship that they just brought back. So he declared himself the new champion and is making himself a double champion in the process. So it's really just
FTW title. Oh
no, the right, basically, so, yeah.
As the Canadian champion, does he have to be top loony instead of top dollar, or?
I mean,
I don't know what the exchange rate is. So.
I have to look that up too.
Props on that. That was pretty good.
Does he celebrate with a
oh God.
I don't know, a bunch of
poutine
or something? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
trying to say
little bit of trivia. The last person to hold this championship before it was retired was Abdullah the Butcher.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He was up in Stampede in Canada a lot. So
yeah. So so that's pretty crazy. And it lo and behold, the last time this championship was held, this was wrestled for a lot in Montreal, which is where Slammiversary is taking place.
So this may be a dumb question because I obviously haven't seen you said they kind of brought it back.
Yeah.
Like if it was a title that was used in like Stampede or like, do you have to get permission to create a title that was technically? I don't know. How does that work?
I guess it depends who owns the rights.
Yeah, I think
that's what I mean.
The rights.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Now that being said, as far as making picks goes, I'm going with PCO because Homeboy is a Canadian wrestler. But I don't think people realize that. So I'm going to go with PCO to win this one, especially with that whole Canadian heavyweight champion.
He used to be a Quebecer.
So. Yeah, exactly. So, and it is in Quebec. So, Mike, who are you going with?
Oh, PCO, definitely.
Yeah. Tommy?
PCO.
Oh, please, PCO.
Yeah.
Every time I pick against them, I'm wrong. So.
Swear to God, if we're all wrong this time.
All right.
Knockouts Tag Team Championships. The Militia against Spitfire. For those that don't know, Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich versus Donnie Luna and Jody Threat. So, Tommy, who you going with this one?
Spitfire. I don't know. I'm guessing on this one for sure, but I'm going to say Spitfire.
All right. Mike?
The Militia? I honestly don't know either. Like this is kind of a tough one.
Just for me, it's hard
I'll
to
just
pick as the current
go
champion,
different.
honestly. Yeah. So I'm going to go with the Militia for mine as well. So now X Division Championship, Mustafa Ali versus Mike Bailey. And by the way, if you're watching this live, yes, if you have picks, please feel free to share them. Burnsy's seeing that you picked PCO as well. So please feel free to share your picks.
I want to see PCO doing the CEO dance with PCO, like with the letters.
PCO.
Yeah,
PCO.
but him doing it.
The next video game where you can throw somebody in an entrance, right? So,
I don't think he'd be against it. I don't think he cares.
What's up, Sean? How's it going, man?
What is up, Sean? All right, Mike, who you going with in the X Division title match?
Okay. Has Mike Bailey held the X Division title in the last year and a half or two? Because I feel like for the last 2 years, I've been like, this dude's ready to skyrocket to the top. And I feel like he hasn't. So
he has held it. I'm trying to look up the title history to see when he won.
Me too. He actually last time he held it was 2022.
So he has held it
a couple of years. Okay.
He had it for 110 days.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Mike Bailey. I mean, that guy just puts on great matches no matter who he's against. And it's against Mustafa Ali, so this one should be a hell of a match.
Okay. Tommy, what about you?
Yeah, same. I think Ali's they've been the heel for a while, so yeah, it would nice to see him be brought down to size. So yeah, I'm gonna say Mike Bailey.
Okay. Little fun fact: the last time Bailey was X Division champion, he's only held it one time. He did win it at Slammiversary 2 years ago.
Oh, cool.
Literally, if he were to win it this event, it would be 2 years and 1 day since he last won it.
Nice. Tell him even Stevens.
Yeah. That being said, because I know Option C is coming at some point, I'm picking Ali to win this one.
Okay.
So,
I didn't think about
That's
that.
fair.
Yeah.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah. Let's see. Knockouts Championship. Jordan Grace versus Ash by Elegance, the wrestler formerly known as Dana Brooke on her NXT days. This one for me personally is a tough one because they've done a remarkable job promoting Ash, getting her involved with the Roxanne Perez and the Jordan Grace title match as well. So, but Tommy, what are you thinking on this one?
Jordan Grace, I feel like they're gonna. Well, I mean, it's hard to call, but I'm gonna go Jordan Grace. It would be shocking if she lost at this point, but you know.
Yeah. Mike.
I'm going to go with Jordan Grace, too, although I honestly think Ash is going to win by nefarious means.
Nefarious means?
Victory, yes.
Okay.
But I can't go against Jordan Grace. Can't go against the Juggernaut.
Same for me. I'm going to stick with Jordan Grace. Stick with her until she actually loses the championship with it on the line, right? So, but one that was going to be probably difficult for all of us is a 6-person elimination match for the TNA Championship. So Moose, current champion, is Tommy's got the dice. Defending against Josh Alexander, Steve Macklin, Nick Nemeth, Frankie Kazarian, and I have to say his name, Joe Hendry. So yeah, with why I wanted to wait a bit of wrestling news, Joe Hendry is fast becoming the biggest star in wrestling at this point. Aside from the Dom, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley triangle romance we got going here. But how interesting is it that, with all the talent share being done between TNA and NXT, Hendry's kind of at the forefront of it. Backstage vignettes, even commentating his own vignette, doing his own voiceover, which was hilarious, by the way.
This is why Booker T's so mad at him. That's my gimmick.
Do you feel like he has to win this weekend?
I'm just going to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to go Joe Hendry. I believe.
Yeah, I mean, why would you not? Like this... I feel like it's one of those things where it's like just take it over the goal line. Don't complicate this. Don't try to make like, oh, I got you. You didn't see this coming.
Hmm.
Like the people love him. If he wins it, the crowd will go berserk.
True.
Yes.
Like just give him the moment. Like I don't complicate it.
It's going to be. who the crowd's gonna be behind. Obviously, it's in Canada, so Josh Alexander being a part of this is a big thing. But Joe Hendry is a star right now.
But do you believe in Josh Alexander? I don't know. I know I
I
believe in Joe Hendry.
No, I do believe in Joe Hendry. And let's be honest with the way Hendry's been getting involved with what's going on in NXT. Do we get Hendry versus Ethan Page at what's the next event? No Mercy for NXT, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they have coming up? Yeah. So I mean, champion versus champion. Is that the way they're going with this?
I'd be down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of me hopes not, because that's
Because you don't like Ethan Page still?
I'm growing on it, but I feel like now they're forcing it already. Like he has a 6-minute title match and wins. Like what's the point of that? I'm sorry.
For the hate that you have for him, that's what it is.
But Shawn Michaels cookie, he can do no wrong.
Shawn Michaels is cooking. The Ethan Page thing is where he needs to stay away from that particular pot.
Is the Ethan Page to Shawn what Karrion Kross is to Triple H? Is that his one like?
Well, no, because Ethan Karrion Kross doesn't have a title.
Okay, that's fair. But
And Karrion Kross didn't win a belt in like 2 months of debuting.
Jason, what's better than champion versus champion?
I mean, I can see his point. Is it going to be overdone with the whole TNA NXT thing? But title or not, I still want to see Moose versus Trick Williams.
I want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, does Obafemi come out and cost Moose? That's what I want to see.
I want to see that only because that big mother sucker right there, boy. I guess that other big mother sucker.
No,
right there,
Moose versus Oba. That might. Ooh, man, that would be good. That would be, Clash of the Titans, if you will, pun intended, right? So.
Yeah.
Obafemi legitimately scares me. Like where? Like seriously, where in the Wakanda did they find him? Like for real. Like what fourth level of Africa? Like maybe he wasn't from Wakanda. Maybe he's from like Dukanda. Like it's right next door. They don't have vibranium. They just have silveranium or something, and that's what powers him. I don't know, dude. I'm spitballing here.
Yeah.
Because at this point, only the strength of the Black Panther can stop him. Seriously. If he was a Black Panther one, poor Chadwick Boseman would have had his ass whooped. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Because even M'Baku would have been like, "Who the hell is this guy? What the hell did we find that one?"
Nah, don't get too crazy. M'Baku could take him.
I mean, it'd be a hell of a fight, though.
Mm-hmm.
I got my money.
But I feel that M'Baku really would say, "What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Where did that one come from? I don't remember him at all."
I'm gonna have to talk about Black Panther 2 so I can do the voices where they actually have Hispanic and Mexican actors. So.
Yeah, Black Panther 2 is fantastic. So
Yeah.
It is.
It was. All right, so we're all believing in Joe Hendry here to win the TNA Championship.
I love how it's the dumbest video ever, and that's why it works.
Yeah.
I think you mean the greatest video ever.
Exactly, that's what I said. Greatest.
Yeah.
What did you hear?
I don't know.
That's exactly what I heard.
So. All right. Well, if you want to watch Slammiversary, it takes place this Saturday, July 20th, 7 p.m. Central Time. Pre-show starting at 6. It's at the Verdun Auditorium in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. If you don't have TNA Plus through their special like premium subscription, which is I think it's like $220 for the whole year, where you get every TNA event, every live stream TNA Plus special, and every pay-per-view for that price. Or if you want to just buy this individually, you can get this off the TNA Plus service at just $40 standalone one-time purchase. Visit TNAWrestling.com for all details on how to do that. So. All right. Let's talk a little bit about what is going on locally this weekend. Starting with Friday, United 210 has a show, 6 o'clock at the Yard. Mike, you have the card pulled up in front of you?
Yeah, hold on. I just had it. Okay. I don't know if this is the full card, but what they have is... Okay, so former champion Teflon John will be in action. Little Evil will be there. Pac Ortega. There is a Yeah, United 210 Heritage title match, Casey Blackrose versus King Rob Love.
Ooh.
So, Tommy, I think you'll be able to pick that a little bit easier than you have been previously. There's an 8-person tag match as Don Juan and Cocky Chris Marvel team up with Ridley Thorne and Calientita to take on the team of Jesse Funaki, Armani Sage, Key Vibes, and Everly Rivera. So it's an 8-person tag match. We saw the first matches of Jesse and Armani at NostalgiaCon earlier this year, a couple months ago.
I remember.
And it, it's Key Vibes always. So there is a tag. No, they're not the champs anymore. I forgot about that. So there's just a regular tag team match, not a title match, of Living in Fashion, Zakai Living and Devin Carter versus the Dream Team, who I'm not as familiar with. And it doesn't have their individual names listed here. So
okay,
the Dream Team. Alex Arsenal and David Kidd will be in tag action. They kind of formed a team last time. RCW International Championship Fatal 4-Way. Diego puts his title on the line against Stud Stash, Brandon Weiss, and Jay Young. So 3 fan favorites and Diego.
Yep. That's how that works, man.
And if that title changes hands, that has implications for Sunday too. So I mean,
yeah, that is true. So that's the card they've got. All those matches, and then a handful of people that'll be in action. So probably a few extra matches thrown in that they haven't announced, like the full match. So.
For those that haven't attended United 210 show, I know this is an outdoor venue. What can you guys say? Like, I guess like a survival guide, if you will. What do we need to bring? What can you expect? Like for people that have never attended.
I say bring a chair and just like something to drink. That's all.
Yeah, bring a chair, bring a small ice. Either a small ice chest or even like a little small those kind of lunch boxes that you can bring cold stuff in, and bring a couple of waters. I mean, if you want to bring beer, you can bring beer. Bring money or have Cash App because they also have food trucks. I think last time they had an ice cream truck, food truck. They had like a little. They have pizza. They have like a little stand selling kind of arts and crafts stuff. Really cool vibe. It is. It's Texas. It's San Antonio, so it'll be like 90 degrees at 9:00
at least.
So,
yeah.
But otherwise, really cool atmosphere. So, and yes, again, we've talked about this many times, but when you look it up on Google Maps or your phone or whatever, you're going to go down a neighborhood street and be like, what am I? No, it's literally it's someone's backyard. It's called the yard. You're in the right place. You'll see all the cars. It'll be fun. It'll work.
Build a parking garage there for as popular. Just kidding. So,
right.
Yeah.
As well.
So it's Southside's monthly block party, if you will. So yeah. So
you're not wrong.
Yeah. All right, on to Saturday, the hybrid experience, Chasing Gold. Is that what the name? I forget what it was.
Chasing the Gold.
Chasing the Gold. There we go. It's taking place on Saturday at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Obviously, I believe the tournament is kicking off to crown the first hybrid.
No, it kicked off at the last show.
Kicked off last show, but they're going to be having some matches continuing that. But we got a couple champions involved in this, though. Do you have the card there in front of you guys or no?
Yeah, I do. You got okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you mentioned earlier, with that international title match having implications not only for Sunday but Saturday, assuming he keeps it from United 210, Diego Rene has an open challenge. Well, actually, I don't know if it's for his RCW belt. It just says open challenge. I assumed it was, but maybe it's just fight me because nobody likes him.
Well, if that was the case, I didn't know I would have signed up.
And then I'm not really sure I don't think they've shown an actual bracket for this tournament because there's a mixture of apparently first and second round matches going on. In a second round match for that tournament, Devin Carter will face the Riot King, Rilo King, right? Yeah.
Rilo the Riot King.
Right, there you go. Rilo the Riot King. Who, by the way, at BOW had an amazing match with Crawley.
That was really good.
That was a hell of a match. Another second round match has Don Juan or the Megalodon versus Jay Young. Tag team action. Izzy and Key Vibes team up to take on Ridley Thorne and Celine Hysteria. Who again, I think kind of a little bit in the multiverse, away from hybrid, not really the Trollas as much. A little more they're more who they are themselves. And then this is what I thought was kind of odd. Then it says a first round match of the tourney is David Kidd versus Brandon Weiss. So two normally fan favorites going at it. Although Brandon doesn't, he can be heel if he needs to. He can heal it up a bit.
See how these matches play out. Obviously.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then I know this hurts Tommy, just me saying this, but a hybrid women's championship match. Your champion, Kelly and Tita.
Your champion.
Defending against Everly Rivera.
Hashtag not my champion.
Are you familiar with Everly Rivera? I'm not as much.
I am not, no.
But she's on several shows this weekend, so
yeah, she is.
She's either local or down for the weekend, if you will. So, and then we have one last second round match: K-Jax versus Casey Blackrose. So I know who we're all picking in that one.
Obviously, K-Jax. He's like our favorite. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
I'm waiting for the Heritage Champ to jump in the chat here.
Yeah,
and call you out on that.
He didn't. Usually he pops in at the most random times.
He does. And then the final one, I assume might be the main event, is a hybrid tag team championship match, as the champs, the Texas Kingdom, defend against the team of Eric Walker and Animal. So potentially 8 matches on the night, or it looks like 8 matches on the night.
Stacked card, man.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Just deal. We're gonna have to deal with the heat as usual over there, but it is what it is.
Survival guide for that if you haven't attended. Try and bring a portable fan; those help. Yeah. Hydrate during the day because it's gonna be hot in there at least, So, but once the sun goes down, it should cool off a bit.
Buy water while you're there.
Yeah, or definitely get water while you're there too. So, for sure. So keep it cooler in your car or something like that. Who knows? All right. That, of course, is Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Time at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Doors open at 6. Come be a part of it. See what the next generation or the next set of local independent wrestlers, and you never know who somebody you see here that is working their way up could very well be on WWE TV or TNA or AEW at some point. So
very true.
We have seen that. So. And then finally, River City Wrestling, RCW Summer of Slams, taking the Sunday time slot in the air conditioning at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church.
Hopefully.
Yeah, the only air-conditioned local wrestling show this weekend.
Hopefully.
What do they got going on?
Do you have this one up, Tommy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what I have here is Chris Marvel versus Jesse Funaki. Emi Camacho defending against Ridley Thorne.
Correct. Yeah.
Tag team match of Devin Carter and Brick Savage versus Don Fernando and Jacob Toa. I might as well. He's gonna probably die in this match, so I'll give him his flowers. Jay Young versus Anthony Andrews.
Say it. Say it.
I'm not saying the thoroughbred. I'm not saying the other part.
The thick daddy thoroughbred, Anthony Andrews.
I'm not calling him that.
That's his nickname or his moniker.
I don't, and I can't stress this enough.
All the other offensive things you say on this show, but you can't say this. Just his name.
I'm not calling another man. Now, if you want to call another man that, that's all good. I have no problem with that. I just don't want to call another man that.
Tell me you didn't go to an all-guys high school without telling me you didn't go to an all-guys high school.
Yeah.
So anyway, we all have David Kidd versus Casey Blackrose. Angel Camacho versus K-Jax with special stipulations. If K-Jax wins, Angel Camacho is banned from RCW. If Camacho wins, he gets 5 minutes alone with Vance Jackson.
Huh. I think
K-Jax
Tommy is
keen.
I think Tommy is hoping that's the main event. I think he has a keen interest in that match at this point. So
don't make me interfere. I don't remotely care. And this one, which is so easy for me to pick. Leona defending her belt against Calentita. Who cares?
What if Calientito wins too?
I will literally leave.
Okay, look, Tommy. You know, I'm La Leona Por Vida. Like, not gonna pick against her.
But I hear a butt coming.
Well, there is that manager at ringside who has been very effective up until now, but I feel like he's due a miscue. So what if he were to cost his champ? And Cali is it's two belts. Two belts Cali? Can you live with that?
Cali 2 belts.
Can you
No.
live with two belts being shoved in your face every time you're at ringside?
I don't like the one being shoved in my face. Whenever
I know. Look, and Callie, if you watch this, I'm wearing your shirt right now, but I am Team La Leona for life, right? Like that, I'm not picking against her, but you know,
I hate this so much.
I would just throwing it out there. Also, there's a few more matches, so you should probably.
Yeah.
Brendan Weiss challenging for the RCW Championship against Boromir. Alex Arsenal getting a title shot against Diego Rene for the international belt. And what most are assuming is going to be the main event is the RCW tag titles, the Von Erichs defending against Overkill.
If Diego survives this weekend with that title, not sure what, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
Yeah. If that happens,
will you get your respect?
No.
Okay.
Because I will assume he will have cheated in at least 2 of the 3 matches.
Burnsy, if that happens, I want video of Tommy leaving. I'm sure it'll be everywhere. So.
Oh, I forget. There is one more that I didn't see until just now. It's I hate screwing his name up. Epidemius
Junior, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
versus Don Juan.
Oh,
and that dude's mad impressive.
Yeah, that should be a really good one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11?
11 matches.
I think a couple of these are going to be pre-show.
Yeah.
Well, probably. I mean, and God, it's going to be on title match, so that's going to be they're getting people their money's worth, basically.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. So
that's true too.
Yep. RCW SummerSlams Sunday, June 21st. 7 p.m. Central Time, pretty sure. They moved it to a little bit later. They had been running earlier. Doors opening at 6 at the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church on Goliad. And it is also on Title Match Network. Very limited tickets left. They do sell standing room only at the door, but once those are out, that is it. It is sold out. So if you're not able to get in, head home, watch it on Title Match Network as well. So just a jam-packed weekend of wrestling in San Antonio, guys. So, yeah, for sure. So, which events you guys going to be attending this weekend?
Definitely, I'm going to be at Hybrid on Saturday and RCW, or I have tickets for them. So I should be at those, barring any kind of, emergency. I'm not 100% sure about United at this point. That might be like a day of decision. We'll kind of see what happens. That's for me.
Okay. Probably United, not United, Hybrid and RCW have to work that Friday, so I don't know if I'll get off in time.
Okay. Thinking we're going to be at Hybrid. I'm pretty sure. RCW, those tickets are sold out. We'll probably be watching on Title Match, to be honest with you. United is actually maybe at this point trying to see. I think we want to see how the weather is because Tina and Adi were just in Louisiana for a week and it was humid AF over there. So,
yeah, I bet.
But both of them came back with nice tans. So it was humid. They got back to Texas, stopped in Houston area, and it was like, oh, this feels so much better. So yeah,
that's crazy. If you drive to Houston and go, this feels better.
Like they said, it wasn't as hot. It was just humid. Like you step outside, and just feel it in the swamp. So yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
Yep. All right. I forgot to add the video for this, so let me do it real quick because it is time for our 1 minute warning segment. I hate that this damn thing starts as soon as I load it. I wish it wouldn't do that. Tommy or Mike, sorry, you have something this week?
Yes.
All right. Whenever you're ready, sir, get set and go.
All right. I think we talked a little bit last week about the winners of the Owen Hart tournaments for the men and women, and this means they're going to All In to or All Out. Which All Out? Wait,
All in.
All In.
All in?
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget which one's which. They're going to Wembley to face the champions for the title. And all I'm saying is Brian Danielson. Why do I do that? Jesus.
It happened.
Brian Danielson needs to win the AEW title. I know he doesn't want to. I know he said that he's at the end of his career. But I've literally heard one of the best ideas, and I think I mentioned it before. You reverse screw job him, and instead of costing him the title, Tony Khan, you make him win that title. Because otherwise, I don't think he'll take it. But it's one of those things where, like, why not? Like, you already gave Sting a good, exit for his time. Give the title to Danielson, even if it's a short run, even if he loses it at All In, which I think is now 2 weeks later instead of 1 week later. I say give it to him and let him have that on his resume to just kind of finish it off. There you go.
All right. Well said. Tommy, you got something this week?
Actually, no. I think I'm good this week. Appreciate it though.
Okay.
Is New Japan off this week?
Yeah, I think they are. You know what? Yeah, they are. They're getting ready for the G1.
Gotcha.
Nice.
You know what
that
he's
pops
gonna,
up. Then I'm not going to shut up. But until then.
you know it's going to be a difficult show in a couple of weeks when we have to pick the Mission Pro show.
That is going to be difficult, yeah. So, but I'm looking forward to it.
You know, Jay had his moment at the last show. It's going to be Tommy's.
Jay
That's
is
true.
a child. He doesn't know tough movies.
I think he could beat you up, Tommy.
He made sure
I
he
didn't
got
say
plenty
that.
of
I didn't say
pictures of
that.
vignettes afterward. I will
Hold
say
on,
that.
hold on, wait. When did I say I thought he couldn't? Hold on, I didn't say that. I said he doesn't know tough moments.
No, okay.
Could the child beat me up? Absolutely. I have no upper body strength and no lower body strength. So
Fair.
Quick update. We actually showed our kids Twister,
The
Really?
original?
the
Nice.
original. So
how do they feel about it?
they liked it. My son was all into it at the end. He was just getting excited. Oh my God, yeah. So thinking they're ready to go see the sequel whenever we go.
I've actually heard some pretty decent reviews about this. So
Yeah. So Twister's such a great movie. And
Do you know that movie actually gave me a fear of tornadoes for a couple of years as a kid? I completely forgot about that. I had a legit terror of tornadoes after that movie. I completely forgot I had that. Like until just now. Like I had a legit fear that tornadoes were just going to pop up somewhere.
luckily
Man.
we don't live in the place where that's like a.
I know, but
Prevalent.
childhood's
Yeah.
weird because that
No, I know.
that just hit me. I was like, oh my God, I used to be terrified of the idea of a tornado.
Like I see it all the time online now. They're like, quicksand and catching on fire were made to be much bigger problems in our childhood than they actually ever were.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So
they always told us how to survive quicksand and stop, drop, and roll, and
because you saw it all the time on Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So yeah.
or the
So,
Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Or the ROUSs.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a whole lot, but I'll just brag a bit on my
There you
kid
go.
because
Hey, there you go. That's what's
they
up.
won another World Series, or she did actually, I should say. So she's in Louisiana this week. There's a strikeout. Sit down. Added another one. And then a third one on the day. You know, she went into this experience playing with a second-year team. Wasn't sure she was going to pitch. She stepped in as a backup pitcher. Ended up striking out 4 girls on the weekend in about almost 3 innings. And even did it with her bat, too. So,
Nice.
So you would say she paid her dues
yeah.
time after time? Did she serve her sentence but commit no crime?
Wow, you're really going for this, aren't you?
There were some bad mistakes, and she made a few. She's had sand kicked in her face, but she's come through.
The hardest part about all this was not being there to see it live. But thank
I'm
you.
sure.
First of all, thank you to Coach Manuel. Thank you to Lady Cartel for electing her. She earned it, and being a part of something special. So, and she wants to get there and do it again, and she wants to take her team there
Nice.
to do it. So,
Nice.
but it was really quite an experience for her to be there. Cool to watch. The pin training, everything. If you have a kid in youth sports, you know what this is like. Just something that they love. Whatever your kid loves, support it. Let them enjoy it. Let them work hard at it, and they just love it. So it was,
I'll
Also, do those things in the right way as a parent.
Yes,
You know what I
please do.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are some
I know
parts
you
that are
know
just
what I mean.
horrible. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. I'm so very proud of her. And I was messaging Izzy back and forth because she was asking, how it was going and everything like that. So I'm sure we see her at Hybrid this weekend. She's going to be, they're sending congrats back and forth, a couple of champions there, if you will. So,
Yeah.
yes. Congrats to Audie. Congrats to Lady
Nice.
Cartel.
Congratulations.
And that team is actually in McAllen. They're coaches wild, but they're in McAllen this weekend for an international World Series. Audie's
Damn.
not part of that one, but
Dang.
playing some teams from Mexico and whatnot in the surrounding area. So we'll see.
It's not that I'm jealous. It's just that she's
You're
so
jealous.
much more awesome than I ever was as a kid.
She's better
It's
than I was
like-
as a kid too. So I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
remember at NostalgiaCon when Izzy let me hold the Mission Pro Cup? That was the first time I won a trophy, or had a trophy in my hands.
Oh yeah.
I will say this. It is like speaking as someone from experience who had parents who never told me I can't do something. It really is cool that how y'all let her do all that. My parents, bless both of them, probably had to listen to the most insane things, like as a child that I said I wanted to do, especially when it came to the writing. And they were like, but they never said I couldn't do it. They knew I had some talent with it. And they never told me like, why are you doing that? They said, hey, if you're gonna do it, be serious about it. That's all they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really cool, because a lot of parents, like they said, like Mike said, they do it the wrong way, or they shoot down the kids' dreams, which is never cool because you never know who you're raising. Like I mean, and also that being said, she could be like, okay, I had success with this, I'm gonna do something else, which is also cool, So you never know.
And
It's cool how you guys do it.
And I know Tina could probably speak to this too with her time in teaching, but way too many times over the years I've heard students basically tell me how their parents don't believe in them, don't think they're capable of doing certain things, and that sucks more than anything.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Yeah.
When you hear that, so
yeah, I'm proud of her. She's doing
how
amazing.
intimidating that is.
Yeah.
Look at those sunglasses reflecting at you.
She's only started taking pitching lessons just a little under a year ago. Like in a couple weeks, it'll be a year.
Meanwhile, if I started doing that a year ago, I still wouldn't be able to pitch straight.
Huh?
It's
kind
just-
of like Izzy within the year, winning titles.
It's been an awesome journey, and as a parent of a pitcher, whether it's softball or baseball, it's stressful as hell because it is so mentally taxing on anybody who gets in that circle or on that mound because it all starts with you. You got to be the one throwing strikes. The pressure's on you to get the ball there, and you either outs or your walks, and your team depends on it. And it seemed that struggle over the last year of how she had to work with that. To some people believing she shouldn't be there. Yeah, we had our own share of drama with that, and that really, in a way, pissing her off, ready to prove them wrong, and she has.
Nice.
So
I respect that.
So it's a mentally tough position to be a pitcher at any level of baseball or softball. It's one thing to have the mechanics, another thing to have the mental toughness. And so if you have your kid in pitching at some level, just be patient with it. It takes time. It's a process. It's not something you can just take one lesson and go. It takes time. So please.
How old is Audie again?
She's 10.
Okay, 8 more years, her and Izzy are going to tag and win the Mission Pro Tag title. They're going to both hit a Bailey.
I don't know if she'll ever be a wrestler. That's something
Dude, she'll do one of the things where the athlete gets to be in the ring for like a special match, and she'll she'll throw a fastball,
Wow.
That's basically a punch to the face.
If she's all district or all state pitcher in her high school years, maybe, or if she's gets an
Come
NIL
on,
deal,
she's
she
already
goes to
taller
college.
than Callie. How much more does she need?
Oh,
If she gets an if she gets an NIL deal, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When they had the fans bring the weapons match, I mean, I had a softball there ready just in case she wanted her to pitch it.
Also, that pitching motion could turn into a wicked neck breaker.
Yeah,
If you're whipping that around like, wha-cha.
It could.
and again, it's still taller than Callie.
Yeah. She just might be. So yeah.
There's no way she's not at this point. There's no way that she's not taller than Callie at this point. It's impossible.
Well, we'll have to do a side by side at the next event and see if that's the truth. So
Yes, I support this.
yeah. So all right.
Oh, maybe Misty Marks is right. I'm just a jackass.
Real quick, just a nice quick update. As of a little less than an hour ago, RCW, the Summer of Slam, has one front row ticket left.
That'll be gone tomorrow.
It may be gone by the time I'm saying this sentence because this was posted by Brandon a little less than an hour ago. 1 seat left.
Wow.
So go get it if you want to go.
One of those single rider lines at Disney World for Rise of the Resistance that they just opened up, So, yeah. So. All right. Well, once again, this weekend, we have United 210 on Friday. We have Hybrid Experience on Saturday. We have RCW SummerSlams on Sunday. Pay-per-view wise, we have TNA Slammiversary Saturday, July 20th, 7 p.m. Central Time, taking place in Montreal. If you have a TNA Plus subscription, you can check it out that way, or just go to TNA Plus and you can purchase this for $40 to watch Slammiversary. Next week, we'll recap all the events that happened locally and, of course, recap TNA Slammiversary. Mike, I believe you're going to be out of town next week.
I will not be here next Wednesday. I will be down in Port A.
Okay.
But also, next Wednesday will actually be my birthday as well.
That's right. Exactly.
So I may be in the chat. We'll see what I can do. We'll see what we're doing that evening.
No, Mike will be turned up. He ain't gonna be no chat.
Maybe drunk in the chat. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm saying. You'll be turned up.
Yeah, Mike's birthday is next Wednesday. That's true. But yeah, hey, celebrate how you do celebrate
So if you want to follow my socials, I may be throwing some cash up there if you want to.
Mike will be in the club, bottle full of bub. I got what you need. So.
Yep, that's me, Tommy. That's me in the club.
Mike, you ain't tell everybody that you so hood. I see it, man. You turn up when you have to, man.
Yeah, I don't like to say that out loud. I'll let Tommy say it for me.
Man, y'all know how hood Mike can get. I don't know if JC even knows, but I've seen some things, man. Mike can get turned.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So enjoy your week at the beach, Mike.
Thank you.
Have fun, man.
Eat your way over to Port A for that as well. And we'll see you in a couple weeks when we talk about SummerSlam. Because it is still throwing me off that it is at the beginning of August.
Yeah, that is
really?
Yes.
It's like August 3rd.
I'm so gone. I didn't even know when it was. I'm not even kidding.
It's in 2 weeks.
I'm used to that being the weekend that's around my dad's birthday because my dad's birthday is August 25th.
Yeah.
So they're like August 3rd. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's weird.
I remember when it was like a last weekend before back to school.
Yeah.
So it was
what I mean.
So yeah. Now it's first Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember what day. I think it's the 3rd. In August, so it's insane already. So yeah,
they're changing things, and I don't like it.
Thank you everybody for joining us. Again, catch next week. See how our picks went. We'll have our ratings too as well for Slammiversary and talk about everything that happened this past weekend or this coming weekend. So, over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. As always, heels and baby faces. Remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Boom.
Bang.
Happy birthday, Mike Early.
Happy birthday, Mike. Woo.
We'll see everybody else next week.
Adios, Gunther.